All right, hello everyone. It's Duke here, back with another video or AOV Max, and today I'm going to be going over this really new, exciting update from Chrome or Google or Alphabet. It doesn't really matter, but they have released basically Google N8N, right? And why this is so helpful is because so much of our e-com stores we just use Gmail, right? I don't really give a fuck about Gorgeous or whatever dumbass SaaS that overcharges for these basic ass AI automations that you can just do yourself. Okay? And a good thing about Google Workspace is that it's native to the platform, right? Your CS is on Gmail. Why would you outsource it to like some SaaS like Gorgeous when you could just, put a little bit of effort yourself into, increasing the efficiency of your customer service team just by having one or two workflows, right? And the number one workflow I love implementing, and I've implemented in most of our inboxes, is email tagging, right? So basically, as a Shopify store, you get many different kinds of emails, right? And you can classify them into a lot of different things. But for me, I found that simpler the better. And I have basically three categories. I have genuine customer inquiries, I have spam and junk, and then I have crucial. So, what are each of these categories? So, the first one, genuine customer inquiries, are the normal CS tickets, right? So, it's like where customers asking, where's my order? Um, where is this? Where is that? Can I get a refund, etc.? These are genuine customer tickets and they need to be handled. So, what I have here is open and closed system, right? I have my VAs answer open emails whenever the customer is satisfied, whenever the inquiry is closed they will mark it as closed, so they don't need to go on email anymore, as you see in this inbox, right? So, why is it important for tagging? Well, number one, it's organized, right? Your VA has to handle a lot of emails a day. Why would you not make it easier for them to, decipher through all the emails, understand which one's legit, which one's spam, right? As a Shopify store, you can also get a lot of spam emails that are like scams. They're like, oh, can I improve your CRO? Let me improve your conversion rate. Let me, give you some consulting. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck off out my inbox, bro, right? So those emails are automatically labeled as spam or junk. And then we have the crucial emails like payments, payment gateway from Shopify, Shopify billing, app billing, stuff like that will get tagged as crucial, right? So this is a workflow just to increase your team's productivity, efficiency. If you don't already have this, use this. As I mentioned, SaaS apps offer this natively, but we like saving money. Why not just pay for an NAN subscription, pay for the Google Workspace, which you have to use anyways if you want to do email marketing, basically. I think so. And then just take advantage of this beautiful new update. I'm gonna go over it for you today, right? So this is NAN, and I have a lot of our automations hosted in here. And the bad thing about this is that the emails eat up a lot of the executions in our plan, right? We're on the pro plan, and then we have 10,000 executions a month. It's like December 5th, and then we already used up 5K executions, right? And the number one thing, which I'm not an NA wizard, I'm not an AI wizard, but the number one thing I struggle with is that the executions count the replies to the same thread as another execution, right? That's why I have in here in this flow, I have something that checks if the JSON ID is equal to the thread ID, right? So this checks if the email trigger is a genuine new email or it's a customer replying, because we don't want to give a fuck about saying customer replying. We already tagged the email, right? And the thing about this end-to-end workflow is it's nice, but what Google is rolling out is far superior, right? It's on the same platform. It's basically N8N right here. I have my agent right here, the email tagger. But this is just, all of this logic could be replaced by basically these 4 blocks in here, right? I have a 2-step email tagger. This one categorizes it, whether it's a customer concern or not. And this one sends an automated message to them, asking them for their order number if they haven't already said their order number, because the number one thing which pisses me off and pisses the CS team off is that people don't say their order numbers, right? I don't want to search up your name search up your email, maybe you're using someone else's email to ask about your order and not find your order, right? So this automated message, when the agent tags the email as open, just ask for their order number, just to make things more efficient, so the VA doesn't have to ask them for their order number if they can't find their order, and then wait for their response, and then what? They're pissed their order hasn't come yet, or they're pissed their issue hasn't been solved, right? And then I have a next step, because I have a double true false. I don't know if this is the most efficient. See, I don't really care. Like, as long as the job gets done, right? And then this categorizes it as junk or crucial, or there's another tag in here, but I don't really use it anymore, right? So this is what's great about NAN. You can really build anything. But what Google has introduced is so nice because it's native to the platform, and the UI is just so much easier to use, right? When you're in NAN, you have to do shit in JSON. It's confusing if you've never done it before. In here, it's like a dumbed down version, but it's just superior because complexity, like most of the times, complexity isn't superior, right? So what I have in here is a trigger. So this trigger, whenever you get an email in your inbox, it runs the workflow, right? So, and another thing is, I think Google Workspace Workflows is only available to Workspace accounts, right? So if you have a custom domain, a Google Workspace plan, you will be able to access this right now if you go into your admin console and enable the alpha Gemini features, okay? So this is a really, really simple workflow. I just want to demonstrate the capability, of implementing AI workflows into your business. So trigger, when I get an email, every single new email, this workflow runs. And then this extract node, I think is the best way to approach this, because there is a decide node in here. So in workspace, in the workspace and workflow, there's a decide node, but the decide node is binary, right? It either outputs true and false. And yeah, you can, like, I was thinking, like, you could stack it in here, like true false in here and another true false in the false node, but it doesn't work like that. See, if you do this decide node, you add a substep, the decide node disappears, right? You see right here it's gone, and right here it's back. So that doesn't work, right? So you gotta delete that. So you gotta use the extract node. Extract node, it's very, very simple, right? You go in here, click variables, you add your email that you received variables in here, and then you just do a custom content name. Basically, you make a variable, and this is the prompt, right? The prompt is classify the email into blah, 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 into exactly, let me just see if I can, one of these values, customer, spam, system, right? And you just have a prompt explaining what each value is. Very, very simple. And then you have 3 if nodes after this. So this one checks if the AI has labeled it as a customer email. This one checks it as labeled it as a system email. And this one checks it if it's labeled it as a spam email, right? And I can go ahead and run this, but I think Google Workflow's down right now because they're at capacity, because so many people are, flocking to use this new thing. So I can test run it, right? So we'll take this customer inquiry, start it, but I don't think it will work because it's down right now, but let's see what happens. Yeah, so Google Workspace is at capacity, so this is probably fixed in the coming days. I'll obviously be making more videos on, more complex workflows, other stuff to really, increase the efficiency of your business. But a great thing is that, you see, this stuff isn't complex, right? You don't need to go spend 3 hours learning how to make workflows to really make your business more efficient, right? I made this workflow maybe in 2 hours total, 1 hour. I just got to get the logic in. You have to like sit there and think about like how to make it. But after it's done, you just copy and paste it for every single new email, right? It's very, very simple, great process. When workflow is completely rolled out to everyone and it's very, very stable, I'm going to be transitioning our email tagging from NAN to Google Workspace Workflow, just because it's a superior product, it's native to the platform, and it's so much easier to use, and it doesn't eat up the executions like it does in NAN currently. So that's about it for today's video. I really, implore you guys to, if you have a Workspace account, explore the functionality of Google Workspace Workflows to really, leverage AI to make things easier for you, right? Make things easier for your VAs. So your VA doesn't have to waste time sifting through all the emails to decide, oh, this is a real email, let me respond to this, right? So that's about it for me today. I'll be keeping you guys in touch. Have a great day. See you later.